What up, family? What's going on? Thank you all, as always, for tuning in. As everyone knows, that we're going through a whole ass pandemic in this bitch. And I just want to drop off a couple of things, couple of thoughts, couple of things that I've read, probably everything that everyone has already been aware of or has already researched themselves. But okay, so at first I was not nervous about this whole thing. So out of all the stuff that we have endured over all these years, the only thing that has like pushed me over the edge, and this is back in 2002 when I was still young, not even in high school yet, was when I watched a SARS documentary, and that shit frightened me to death. And that was probably the only thing that has ever scared me as far as diseases and everything like that. That super creeped me out, right? So I was like, well, if this COVID-19 thing is pretty much, like the flu, and that's cool. As long as it's not like SARS. And then boom. Of course it's like SARS. Of course people are saying this is just like code, something about SARS to the second power or some silly shit. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Then I started to get nervous because that was literally the only thing. I don't know why that thing frightened me so much. I probably shouldn't have watched the documentary. I was too young for that. I wasn't ready. But creeped me out though, super creeped me out. But I wasn't nervous until more, and this is no offense to anybody, any of my listeners or nothing like that, because either way it goes, gonna come off a little racial. But if they were talking about it started in China and this virus was pushing in China, then I'm just well shit, they better bring that shit over here. And then I'm like, okay, well, if it's spreading, then it's spreading. People go on cruise, people, tourists and everything like that. I'm like, all right, we still gonna be good. Then I'm like, black people can't get it. And I'm like, we can't get it. We gotta be immune to this because nobody has said that we've gotten it yet. Certain things, a lot of black people just don't get, So I'm like, we should be fine. Then my sister hits the group up and she's like, they say they got 4 cases of it in a university hospital in Cleveland. I'm like, dude, who are these people? What's the status? And she's like, I think they're black people. I'm like, oh no. So anyway, then I start getting a little bit, and I'm not the only one, I'm sure. And I know that it's been multiple people that has felt this way and was like, what the fuck? Thought we was safe until we not safe. But I'm like, well, this should be cool because we not go. Hold on. Oh, I thought the school bus was about to, piss me off a little bit. But why they still got kids on the school bus and it's Corona? Let me see who up on here. It's that don't seem right to me. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But yeah, so then more and more cases start popping up. And I'm like, damn, this is getting a little bit, it's making me a little bit nervous. And then they're saying how you can contract it. So of course it's saying, wash your hands, and that's the big thing and everything. And I'm like, okay, well, we should already be doing that, which everybody is thinking the same things. We should already been washing our hands and doing these things. So then I'm like, okay, so how else can we prevent it? Okay, hand sanitizer, okay, whatever. So one of the first things that I've seen when it started getting super widespread, besides this washing your hands type thing, was the fact that what's going to kill us off for real, because there have been people that have been recovering from this whole thing. It has not been death after death after death after death like that. So basically what will kill us off is just like how they did the flu. They're trying to find cures for the flu, and instead of just letting us have our grandmas and mamas remedies from back in the G or something and let our body fight it off, they want to give people vaccines. So apparently the vaccine that they're going to create as far as the coronavirus will be what will kind of like make us sick and like die us off, right? Or kill us off, whatever. So I'm like, damn, it's always something. We always talk about conspiracy theorists, about everything being like a distraction. When this goes on, this is a distraction that this is about to happen, and then everybody want to tap more into their Bible, and this is the time when we're supposed to be calm and get closer to God, and these types of things. We've been going through the same motions and the same similar conspiracy theories for a very long time with certain stuff. So I never would say that it's not true. I would never, because we don't know. We just don't know. Sometimes we pulling shit out our ass. Other things we're very confident on, and we got enough information to be firm in what we, what we pushing out there. So anyway, I'm like, all right. So, boom. Okay. All right. So it's really gonna be the vaccine thing. So then there's more and more cases. Y'all know I'm out here in North Carolina now. So I'm like, okay, I haven't heard anything in our area, and our work is not shut down, and these types of things, all this type of stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, I think we might be okay. Let me close this. Yeah. So I'm like, I think we might be okay. Then more and more cases start going on. So it's just like going ham, okay? And it is a little spooky. Not so much, like I'm like 50-50 worried, just off the strength that it can infect anybody, but also, as far as like our chances of getting over it, I'm sure that we'll be fine. I'm sure that we'll be able to get the proper care and make sure that even if it's if we taking the preventative stages and precautions, so that we won't like full blown ass like coronavirus, then, I think we should be fine and treating ourselves or getting treated, And since now they're pushing more that it's more so the high risk people who are like elderly, the pregnant people, those who already have like hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular situations, respiratory issues, all of these things. So I'm like, well, if you're fairly healthy and you're not like an elderly person, then I think we should be good. Like, we got this. So for me, my thing is, I didn't get my cat before Corona hit. So I'm a little lonely. Okay. So that's my biggest issue right now, is that I am lonely as fuck. Okay. I'm so happy that people got, Corona bays and all this stuff, or quarantine bays and things like that. But like, man, I'm sitting here like I am looking at the wall and looking at old shows and watching. I feel like I don't watch everything on Netflix. I can't say that because I really don't like half of the stuff that people be watching nowadays. But I'm just like, damn, I'm lonely. So mentally, because we are all on lockdown, which I thought that this wasn't going to happen. Like, I'm like, okay, we good. We can go outside, whatever. But if everything closed, you could be the only nigga at the club. You could be the only nigga at the bar. You'll be the only person at the goddamn mini golf course. Like, these things are like, everything is closing down. So what scares me the most about this whole situation is the get back from when all this stuff blows over and they start like, okay, we got cures, and then less and less cases coming across, less and less people are dying, that type of thing. Like, what is going to happen when it's time to get back in action and get our lives back rolling? And that is like one of the biggest things that kind of like frightens me, because I'm thinking about it like everyone has a job to do. Everyone has a job to do. Okay. Like, everything worked together in its own mysterious ways. And, so for that to be like for this to be going on and things to be shut down and just all of this shit is just like, damn, where do we go from here once it's over? So that is something that keeps bothering me. It bothers me a little bit more if I contract it tomorrow. I'm just like, what are we gonna do? like the backup and all this stuff, like getting back on track. The utility companies are talking about you ain't got to pay for this amount or whatever, this amount of time or whatever. And then at first they extended it 14 days, then they extended it to 30 days, then they extended it to 60 days and all this other stuff. So it's just like, damn, you hear the ash on my hands? That's because, you know, you got to stay. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know what I'm saying? That if your hands don't sound like that, I can't fuck with you. Understand me? White out here. You feel me? Especially between the index and the thumb right there. Woo, child. But, yeah, so no moisture, because we don't want to lock in no viruses up on the hands. And you feel me? All that little nice little cocoa butter creams. But, yeah, so that's what worries me. Like, the get back. Like, what are we going to do? Like, we got to pull ourselves out of this. And I think that it's going to take so much work, so much time, and so much effort to picking this up and, like, getting business going again. And people are losing out on so much money. Like, certain things are not even going to open anymore. I'm almost positive things ain't going to be open. Like, it's not going to be... niggas down there probably gonna have like grand openings again just so that they can get like money up and stuff. So it's just like, damn, I feel sorry for all the like businesses, all the like promoters and stuff and bouncers that's y'all's only form of income and everything, and y'all can't throw parties and can't do this. It's like, damn, don't you wish you had another job at this point? But we never know what's gonna happen until we place in a position in which we are placed in now. So it's just like, damn. Hopefully this prepares more for whatever else is to come for the future years that's coming up, you feel me? But I really hope that this all blows over, and I hope that we are keeping our level head, because I do have my moments when I'm like, dog, I can't. And I think that majority of it is because everyone is working from home and I'm not. And I just started this job, so there's not really nothing for me to do. Like, I'm not doing anything, okay? Like, I'm doing the same things over and over again because the trainings are canceled, certain classes are canceled, certifications are canceled. Like, there's a lot of things that I just can't do. So I'm just like, why I can't go home? So that irritates me even more when I'm driving to work and then I come back and then I go home and then I'm even irritated that I'm on punishment. So I just been like on and off, like not really want to be bothered. Then I want to be bothered. Then I'm lonely, so I want company, and there's like nobody that's going to come see me. So I'm just like, man. But for the most part, I am not a negative person. I try my hardest to stay in a positive vibe, in a positive lane, and not let things get to me. And you probably wouldn't know that something's getting to me unless I tell you anyway. But I just pray that we are all safe, and I'm just so grateful that nobody that I know and nobody that I am close with, like a family member or anything like that, has succumbed to this damn virus. And, you know, people are not sick, you know, that I know, or that people that I know, that people that they know. I don't have anybody to say like, oh yeah, my sister got corona. So I'm very grateful for that. I just continue to pray for everybody and pray for healing and pray for this shit to be over. Excuse my language, but sheesh, like, goddamn. It's like I already chill in the house and be just chilling in the house or whatever. Some people might be like, you lying, you be going out or whatever, but like, you gotta think about this. When I was at home, it was always something to do, because I like to be outside. Some people, you know, stay in the house 24/7, but that's not me, because I'm kind of wanted in places. So people like to hang out with me, and I be liking to hang out with certain people. So I ain't gonna turn down the opportunity to kick it. But, you know, most times I really don't be doing shit. So since I just moved here to North Carolina, I'm like, damn, this is my opportunity to like go and have a good time, figure out what my favorite spots are and these types of things. And then I can't even do that. So it's like, on top of the fact that I'm lonely anyway, I ain't got my cat and my friends are not as close, like the people that I kick it with here in North Carolina, and then of course the people that are back at home, like nobody's like super close. So it's just like, damn, I'm on super punishment. So I'm trying not to eat all my quarantine snacks. Y'all gotta lay off the quarantine snacks. Try to preserve them for real, because it's just widespread everywhere now, and people eating tissue. I don't know, but yeah. So anyway, so besides washing our hands and, you know, not or feeling the symptoms and hurrying up and getting it taken care of and things like that, on top of that, I read that heat and steam kills off bacteria, which certain bacteria like yeast and shit grows in like warm places and shit like that. And then other bacteria, which is more than likely like the more dangerous bacteria, so to speak, I guess, or what they say, they grow more in cold areas. So they're saying because it affects your mucous membranes, which is your T-zone here, your eyes, your nose, and your mouth, to just stay away from touching, or, you know, little droplets from other people residue and shit can get up in your T-zone and fuck your whole life up. So it's saying that because the heat could kill it, if you just steam, like you sit inside of like by a pot, or like if you boil some tea, because I had boiled some sleepy time tea the other night because I've been having trouble sleeping, and I was just kind of like inhaling it and things like that, and I was just hoping that shit's killing something that I don't know if I got it or not, but I hope it's gone now. Goddamn coronavirus. But I read that about the whole steam thing and like sitting in the sauna and sweating things out. Because I mean, we know that when we get a cold, if we get a fever, we get some things, whatever, it's gonna take a lot of energy. But most times people like to go to the gym and work out, which I'm so glad that the gyms are closed, okay? Because that is where all the bacteria be, okay? So, but yeah, like you go to the gym, you go to the steam room, you go to the sauna, you sweat that shit out. Like you sweat your colds out, you sweat all that shit, you know? So they're basically saying that they are suggesting that people do that if they feel like mild symptoms or, you know, whatever. So guys, just take care of yourselves, dog. Like this shit is crazy. And I know that people, like, we find humor in tragedy, especially black people. We just find humor in tragedy. And that's all we kind of can do, to be honest. A homeboy of mine that I was speaking with the other day just kind of told me, like, because I was just like, damn, like, this shit it's kind of taking a toll out on me. Like, I'm thinking more and more about certain things than I want to. And he was just like, you can't beat a machine. Like, at that point, really, what he's saying is you can't control this shit, so shut up. And I'm a firm believer, you know, if you can't control, let that shit, you feel me? You can't control certain shit. Don't worry yourself over shit you cannot control. So, he just kind of brought me back to my grounds with the shits. And I appreciate him for that. So shout out to dude. But yeah, I know that we're all in a mini panic, those with kids, even though kids have not been, brought up in the discussion as far as carrying it or having most of the cases or nothing like that. It's been like people who already got things wrong with them that has contracted it, and elderly people. So yeah, but I hope y'all ain't sitting there. Oh, let me tell y'all something. So I was talking to my niece about this the other day, because we think about certain things, like we don't think about shit until it's time to think about it most times. So it was just like, you see the post about the kids out of school and they doing work or whatever, like through the computers and things like that. And then I seen this damn post, man, and it was like one of my friends from Central Crystal, she posted it, and it was just like, pray for the people who are in quarantine with their abusers. Now they talking about kids who whose only meal is at school, but we like bypass the grown-ups that might be in those crazy situations where they went to work every day and didn't take off because they didn't want to be in a house with an abuser or with a controlling person or somebody who they just need to, you know, just try to get away from. So if you guys are going through any of those issues or anything like that, I hope that they still got people. I'm pretty sure they still got domestic violence advocates around to help. I hope so. Or even if you have somewhere else to go, if you could just go somewhere else to like a family member house or something like that, then please just do that. Because I didn't even think about that until I seen it, and I was like, damn, that's really fucked up, because somebody could really take advantage of this. Like an abuser would be like, yeah, you home with me now, you can't go nowhere, we on lockdown, and it just be all bad. So man, I just pray for those who are in those unfortunate situations, those kids, you know, even the elderly, like people who go, like how, for instance, my mother goes to adult day program Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and she hasn't been in like 2 weeks or whatever due to all of this stuff. But I'm just thinking, like, she likes to go to get out of the house and things like that. Some people got healthcare providers that live in aids and shit like that are not good to them. So I just really hope that everybody is just trying to keep it together and trying to stay on ground level with things, and just protect their mental and try to gain as much peace as they can during the sit down, because everybody's sitting down right now. We ain't missing out on shit because ain't shit going on. But I just pray that, you know, people are really in tune with their mental and keeping themselves together. I mean, they didn't say that we couldn't go outside. It's just, you can't go outside, but you can still go outside. Like, you know, have a picnic on the porch or something, or go for a walk, go hiking, go climbing something. I ain't going to do that. I'll fuck around, end up lynched them down where out here. But yeah, just guys. And then the healthcare providers, the STNA, y'all be sleeping on the STNAs, but I'm pretty sure some of them trying to pick up some hours and still trying to do the preventative measures to try to like keep themselves safe to not fucking contract the shit. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the nurses, the traveling nurses, everybody, because this is just crazy, man. So many things going on, so many different scenarios, so many different circumstances and things like that. It's just all bad, but it's not all bad, you know. It just seems like it's all bad coming from different angles, because I'm just, what the fuck we gonna do after this? But anywho, I am going to try to stay as positive as possible, continue to stay as positive as possible, and as clean as possible and steamed as possible, because I can't afford this possibility of the possible. So yeah, and I just want you guys to do it with me, please. Coronavirus, please stay away. If people, hey, look, man, we gotta reset the summer bodies. We gotta reset those, because we probably ain't gonna have those. I done ate all my quarantine snacks in 2 days. I'm sitting there trying not to get a double chin, you hear me? So yeah, try to lay off the food, man, you feel me? God damn, I'm talking all that shit, but man, I can't wait to get home to them goddamn fudge rounds and them hot Cheetos I got. Can't wait. But yeah, stay as safe as possible, guys. Y'all about to be booed up and freak doing nasty things, and these babies about to pop out, okay? But yeah, thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Big Facts. They talking about checks being dispersed soon. I don't even know how all this is gonna work. This shit is giving me a headache, and ain't none of my hands in it. Like, oh my God. Everybody got a job to do though. So, but again, hopefully everybody's safe. Everybody is in good spirits. Please keep laughing. Please keep smiling. Please keep the humor going, please, because that has been and always will be, humor is going to be my sanity a lot of times, because shit be going on. I just be needing a good laugh. Everybody needs laughter. Everybody needs smiles and hugs and kisses and things like that. So guys, be safe. Be safe, okay? Please pray to the Lord. Pray to the Lord, honey. It's gonna get better. We done been through a lot. We done been through a lot worse than the virus. We are right. We got this. We just gotta stick together and help each other when it's time to get back on our feet. Them small black-owned businesses, guys. Like, we just gotta do it. We gotta pray for everybody. Come on now. What's that post say that 50 Cent was on? He told Oprah, you can't pray and be worried. You gotta pray and not worry. Because if you pray, now you ain't leaving it up to God to figure this out and help us, because you still worried. So just let it go. Do as much as you can, and by the time you do as much as you can, somebody go be able to be done figured it out, something to make this whole thing easier for us. But thank y'all for tuning in. I know it's super crazy right now. I appreciate the support per usual. Let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Like, is it something? Am I taking this too lightly or too much? I don't know. Shit, talk to me though, cause I ain't got nothing but time. We all ain't got nothing but time. Catch up, read a book. You feel me? But just stay safe, guys. This too shall pass. Have a great rest of your day, your morning, your evening, your weekend. Get creative with this sit down. Get creative with this sit down and just stay positive. And check on the real nigga, because I'm lonely. But I'm good though. But I'm still lonely though. But yeah. Mental health is everything. Physical health is everything. Y'all better go get them motherfucking 15-minute workouts in on that carpet while y'all got the chance. No excuses, no days off. Look, I'm acting like I be in the gym 24/7. Not I, said the science guy. All right, peace out, y'all. Have a good day. Hit me up if y'all got any questions, concerns, or if y'all just want to talk. I'm always here to listen, always here to help as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? Staying clear of the coronavirus.